weirdest person you've ever met? Why were they weird? I was 20 and working on a farm during the summer. It wasn't glamorous, but it paid decently and kept me busy. Most of the workers were normal enough, grimy hands, sunburned arms, exhausted at the end of the day, but friendly enough. Then there was this one guy, maybe my age, who was always off. From the moment he showed up, you could tell he didn't fit in. He walked around the fields whispering to himself, talking to plants, and sometimes staring at nothing for long stretches. People mostly gave him a wide berth, but I ended up talking to him once because I needed a cigarette. I had forgotten mine at home that morning. I asked him if he had one I could borrow. He looked at me with wide eyes, like I'd asked him to solve a math problem in his head. He said he didn't have any on him at the moment, but added, "I need to buy a pack anyway." Okay, whatever. He walked off to the small farm store, came back with a fresh pack, handed me a cigarette, and then did something I'll never forget. He took the entire pack, went out into the middle of the field, and buried it in the dirt. Then he drove the tractor over it, repeated it, 10 times at least. This was an old tractor that barely moved faster than a slow jog, so it took him almost half an hour to crush the pack into the soil over and over. I stood there, smoking my cigarette, watching in disbelief. When I finally asked him why he was doing it, he looked me dead in the eye and said, "I forgot I quit smoking." I laughed, not entirely sure if he was joking or serious. He didn't smile, didn't chuckle. He just turned and wandered back toward the barn, whispering to himself again. For the next few weeks, I tried to steer clear of him, but you couldn't really ignore him. He had a way of showing up in the weirdest places, leaning over crops, muttering at the cows, or standing silently near the tractor shed, watching people work. It all came to a head one morning when the boss found him doing something truly bizarre. I won't sugarcoat it. The guy was caught messing with a pumpkin in a way no sane person should. Everyone on the farm knew him as odd, but that pushed him into a new level. He got fired immediately, no questions asked. People whispered about it for weeks, but no one really wanted to talk directly to him anymore. Looking back, he was probably just a mix of social awkwardness, strange impulses, and maybe some mental health issues that weren't being addressed. Nobody on the farm knew him well, and he mostly kept to himself, so all we had were these glimpses of truly odd behavior. But that cigarette tractor incident, that's burned into my memory. Watching someone spend half an hour burying and crushing a pack of cigarettes in the dirt while explaining they'd forgotten they quit smoking was surreal. Even after he was gone, the vibe on the farm changed a little. People were more cautious, more aware that not everyone thinks the same way, and sometimes the weirdest people you meet leave the biggest impressions. He wasn't violent, he wasn't dangerous beyond being unpredictable, but he was undeniably, unforgettably weird. I'll never work on another farm without remembering him, the tractor, and that pack of cigarettes buried and driven over 10 times. It's the kind of story that makes everyone shake their head and laugh nervously when they recall it, but I can't unsee it. The guy was, without exaggeration, the weirdest person I've ever met in my life, and everything about him, from the whispering to himself to the bizarre logic of crushing a pack of cigarettes, cements that in my memory. He vanished after getting fired. Some said he moved towns. Others said he disappeared into obscurity. All I know is that for a few weeks, the farm became a little stranger than usual, and we were all along for the ride. No one ever forgot him.